Hey guys, Sapphire here. I decided to do some baking today, so you can't see it because stupid me is deciding not to put it in frame, but I'm making conjured mana buns from World of Warcraft, the cookbook. So this is totally unscripted, so anyway, to start out, we need brown sugar in this recipe, but we're out, so we're gonna make some homemade. So we start out with 1 cup of sugar to 2 tablespoons molasses. It worked pretty well. I don't think I'm gonna do this again because it did seem to mess with the recipe a little bit. And when you are mixing this together, you want to do it slowly because you don't want to whip too much air into it because it's really easy to do that. And here's the finished product. It's nice and brown. Now onto the actual dough and bun itself. It calls for 3/4 of a cup milk. I'm using goat milk because we're on a goat milk dairy. And to warm it up, because you don't want to kill the yeast that's going to go into the dough. I warmed up the milk for about 45 seconds, which seemed okay. And then 1/2 cup of brown sugar. You go ahead and whisk that in until it's fully dissolved. Then you add 1 tablespoon of instant yeast. I used Rapid Rise. I don't know if there's a specific one that they prefer you to use, but that's the one I had on hand. Alright, then you're going to want to add 1/2 cup of melted butter. I threw that in the microwave till it was completely melted. 1 whole egg, and there goes the melted butter. And you want to scrape that out. You don't want to lose any of that good butter. Then you're going to want 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I couldn't find the 1/2 teaspoon, so I just did some mathy math. Oh, and I almost dropped something right there, so that gave me a heart attack. Then in goes 4.5 cups of flour. Then go ahead and mix everything up. You'll want to dump the mixture out on a floured surface and start trying to knead it. This bad boy did not want to be kneaded. It took forever for it to bounce back. That's what you're looking for the gluten to be structured and want it to bounce back. Next, you'll want to butter a container so it's easy to get out later. And you can see me doing that right here. And then you'll just simply put your dough in and cover it with something that can help it breathe so it doesn't suffocate to death, because you don't want your dough to suffocate like it usually does, like in those plastic bags at Walmart and everything. So I got a tea towel and I'm gonna let it rest for about an hour. Next up, we're going to be making our filling. Into the stand mixer goes 4 tablespoons of butter, 2 tablespoons of flour, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, and 2 tablespoons of cinnamon. And my mom is deathly allergic to nuts, so I decided to replace them with chocolate instead. So you're going to want to mix that, more at a medium, and you're going to want to cream it, which is basically whipping air into the butter and everything. And this single batch wasn't enough, so I had to go make a second one because, I don't know, I tried spreading that. And anyway, look at it, it's beautiful! Editor me, you better make this look good. You better make this look good or I'm coming for you. Anyway, so here we are an hour later. We're going to beat the ever-living crap out of the dough. This dough was so hard to manage. It was horrible. It literally took me forever to get it to the right size. At least what I thought was the right size. Turns out that it was much, much longer and bigger than it was. And here's my audible reaction to when I saw how long I needed it to be. What? The recipe called for it to be 2 feet in length and a foot in width. And you can see my pain starting to form right there. I am constantly measuring it, trying to get it to the right size, and it just took me hours. It was light when I started this, and now it was dark. It was dark. I'm just... this thing frustrated me so badly. Anyway, I finally kind of got it to the right length, and I started to spread the filling. I should have had the butter be softer, but I didn't really. This is my first time doing this with this recipe, and I realized it was way too small, and that's when I made another batch. Tried spreading it. It was this recipe. I'm probably never making this again. It took forever. And now we are on to the glaze, which was actually my favorite part, and it tasted pretty good. So into a small saucepan over medium heat, you're going to want to get 1 cup of brown sugar. I use the pre-made stuff. 1 tablespoon of butter, and you're going to want that to melt together. It takes a little bit. You want to make sure to keep an eye on it so it does not burn, because it can easily do that. And then 1 tablespoon of flour. You're going to want to mix that in, and then you're going to want to do 1/2 cup of heavy cream, and more if needed. 1/2 cup was pretty good. You just stir that in. I should have slowly put it in, and I thought I was going to need to strain out the clumps, but it melted pretty good on its own. And it tastes, it's my favorite part, which is kind of sad. And then you want to put a dash of vanilla. I didn't have actual vanilla extract, so I had to use vanilla bean paste. Go ahead and stir that in. And here is me taking a chai break. My mom made a huge batch of instant chai, so I decided to make myself some after this very stressful recipe. I cannot express how angry I got. There's the last of the goat milk being used. I heated it up and just made myself a cup. It's actually pretty good. And off screen, I didn't really have a way to record this. I preheated the oven to 350, and I went ahead and baked the cinnamon rolls for 15 to 20 minutes is what it was suggested, but I ended up cooking it for 30 because it took forever. And I did have footage of me cutting them into rolls, but I lost it somehow. So they actually look pretty good right here. I'm currently getting them out. It helps to get things out of muffin tins like this if you butter them really well, and that's what I did. So they came out like a dream, which is nice, so I didn't have to worry about them sticking and even more of a chaotic mess. And here they all are in a plate. They're actually looking really pretty. And then I got the glaze, which I just put on, which was pretty easy. The assembly part was nice and easy. It's just that dough part. I will forever be haunted and tormented by this dough. And there we have it. Conjured mana buns from World of Warcraft. Let's see how it tastes. These were really hot. They literally just came out of the oven when I was taking a bite out of them. And to be honest, they were pretty good. They were very dry. I think I over baked them. The glaze was delicious. It really helped. The chocolate center was nice, but I don't think it's worth making these again. But overall, pretty okay. I'd rather have a normal cinnamon bun. Well, thank you all for joining me on this adventure, and I hope you all have a good and blessed day.